Did you know that over 80% of people report increased stress and anxiety during tough times? Whether it's financial struggles, job loss, or personal setbacks? Stress levels have skyrocketed in the last decade, and it's not slowing down. But here's the surprising part. Some people don't just survive through these challenges. They come out stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than before. That's resilience. But today, I want to flip the script. I want to challenge the old idea that resilience is just about enduring pain or keeping a smile when everything feels like it's falling apart. No, it's deeper, it's sharper, and it's something we need to redefine for the world we live in right now. Join me as I take on the challenge of redefining resilience during tough times. Together, we'll uncover what it really takes, not just to bounce back, but to bounce forward. Resilience. We hear that word everywhere, in speeches, books, and motivational talks. But what does it really mean? For most people, resilience sounds like staying strong or toughing it out. But if you've ever lived through truly hard times, you know it's not that simple. Tough times can crush your spirit. They can make you question your worth, your direction, and even your future. And in those moments, when everything feels uncertain, resilience becomes more than just a nice word. It becomes the difference between sinking and surviving. The truth is, resilience isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's not about ignoring your pain or forcing yourself to smile when you're broken inside. Real resilience is about facing your struggles head-on and choosing to grow stronger in the process. Think about it. When the world throws you into a storm, resilience is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to navigate through it. It's about finding your balance when everything else feels shaky. In today's world, where uncertainty is the new normal, resilience has become a survival skill. Whether it's a pandemic, financial setbacks, or personal loss, life keeps testing us. And the people who thrive aren't always the strongest or the smartest. They're the ones who refuse to stay down when they fall. That's why we need to redefine resilience, not as endurance, but as transformation. Because the truth is, every challenge we face carries within it the seed of growth. The real question is, will we nurture it or will we let it die? So as we dive into this journey together, I want you to ask yourself, what does resilience look like in your life right now? Is it about holding on, or is it about learning how to rise differently than before? Because today, resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward. And once you understand that, tough times won't just break you, they'll shape you. The problem with tough times is that they don't knock before entering. They come uninvited, sometimes in the form of a job loss, sometimes in the form of heartbreak, and sometimes as silent battles within our own minds. And when they hit, they leave us gasping for air, wondering if we'll ever feel normal again. One of the biggest struggles people face during hard times is mental health. Anxiety creeps in. Depression lingers like a shadow. Sleepless nights pile up, and suddenly, even the smallest tasks feel like mountains too high to climb. It's not weakness. It's the reality of being human under pressure. Another challenge is the feeling of helplessness. When circumstances spiral out of our control, we start believing we're powerless. That sense of losing grip on life can be more painful than the situation itself. Because when you stop believing you have power, you stop fighting for change. Then there's the isolation. In difficult seasons, people often withdraw. They stop sharing their struggles, fearing judgment or rejection. But that silence only makes the burden heavier, turning pain into something that feels endless. Financial struggles also play a massive role. Bills stack up, opportunities seem scarce, and the pressure to keep going can feel unbearable. For many, resilience isn't just about emotional strength. It's about survival in the most literal sense. And yet, perhaps the hardest challenge is the internal voice, the critic inside that whispers, "You're not strong enough. You can't handle this. You'll never get out." That voice breaks more people than the circumstances themselves. When you add all of this together, mental stress, helplessness, isolation, financial strain, and self-doubt. It's no wonder so many people give up hope during tough times. The mountain feels too steep, the weight too heavy. But here's the truth. Tough times don't just expose our struggles. They expose our resilience, or lack of it. And unless we learn how to redefine resilience, these challenges can break us before we even realize the strength we carry inside. If tough times reveal our weaknesses, they also reveal an opportunity to rebuild ourselves stronger than before. The first step in redefining resilience is adaptability. Life will not always go according to our plans. Resilient people learn how to adjust, how to bend without breaking. They don't waste energy wishing the storm would stop. They focus on how to sail through it. The second key is self-care. And no, I don't mean luxury spa days or vacations. I mean the simple, daily habits that protect your mental and emotional health, like proper sleep, exercise, journaling, meditation, or even just taking a break to breathe. Resilience isn't built in one grand moment. It's built through small, consistent acts of taking care of yourself. Next comes social support. Humans were never meant to carry burdens alone. Having even one person to talk to, one friend who listens, one family member who cares, can make the difference between giving up and holding on. Connection is not weakness. It's the fuel that keeps resilience alive. Then there's perspective. Resilient people train their minds to see challenges differently. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What is this teaching me?" That shift in perspective transforms pain into purpose. It turns every setback into a stepping stone. Another powerful mindset is acceptance. This doesn't mean giving up. It means understanding what you cannot change and redirecting your energy to what you can. Fighting against reality wastes strength. Embracing it opens the door to solutions. Discipline is also at the heart of resilience. It's showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's pushing yourself to take one step forward when every bone in your body says stop. Discipline creates momentum, and momentum builds resilience. And let's not forget hope. Hope isn't wishful thinking. It's a conscious decision to believe in a better future. Resilient people keep hope alive, even when the evidence says otherwise. Because hope is not about ignoring reality. It's about believing that reality can change. When you put all of this together, adaptability, self-care, social support, perspective, acceptance, discipline, and hope, you begin to see resilience not as an unshakable wall, but as a flexible, living force. It bends, it adjusts, it learns, and it grows. And that's the kind of resilience that carries us through the darkest times. Let me share a story that changed how I view resilience forever. A few years ago, I faced a season where everything seemed to fall apart at once. My career hit a dead end. Personal relationships were strained, and I was struggling with my own doubts. Every day felt heavier than the last, and I wondered if I could even keep going. I remember one night sitting alone in my room, staring at the ceiling, feeling completely overwhelmed. I had two choices: let the circumstances define me or redefine myself through them. It was terrifying because choosing the latter meant stepping into unknown territory. The turning point came when I decided to start small. I wrote down one thing I could control each day. Sometimes it was simply waking up on time. Other times it was sending an email I'd been avoiding, or going for a walk when my mind felt trapped. Each small act felt insignificant at first, but over time, they added up. I also reached out for support. I shared my struggles with a friend I trusted, someone who reminded me that I was not alone. Just having that person listen without judgment gave me the courage to keep moving forward. Then I shifted my perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" I asked, "What is this teaching me?" Suddenly, The failures and setbacks became lessons rather than punishments. I began to see challenges as opportunities to grow, not obstacles to stop me. I disciplined myself to take consistent action every day, even when motivation was gone. I started journaling, exercising, and setting tiny goals that build momentum. Each day, I felt a little stronger, a little more in control. Months later, the storm didn't magically disappear, but I had changed. I was no longer the person overwhelmed by circumstances. I was someone who could navigate them, adapt, and grow. That experience didn't just teach me resilience, it redefined it for me. Resilience wasn't surviving, it was transforming through the struggle. That moment taught me something powerful. Tough times don't just test your strength, they teach you how to create it. And when you redefine resilience in your own life, no challenge can break you for long. You bounce back, and you bounce forward. As we've explored today, resilience is no longer just about holding on or toughing it out. It's about redefining how we face challenges, seeing them as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles that stop us. Tough times test every part of us, our mind, our body, and our spirit. They push us to the edge and sometimes beyond. But it's in these moments that resilience is born, not as a rigid shield, but as a flexible force that adapts, bends, and ultimately grows stronger. We discuss the struggles most people face: mental stress, helplessness, isolation, financial pressure, and self-doubt. These challenges can feel overwhelming, but they are also the catalysts that reveal the strength we didn't know we had. Then, we explored strategies that build resilience: adaptability, self-care, social support, perspective, acceptance, discipline, and hope. Each of these is a tool you can use to navigate tough times, turning uncertainty into momentum and pain into growth. The story I shared illustrates that resilience isn't about surviving a storm. It's about learning how to sail through it. It's about taking small, consistent actions, reaching out for support, and shifting your perspective until you discover your inner strength. Redefining resilience means embracing transformation, not just endurance. It's about bouncing back, yes, but more importantly, it's about bouncing forward, stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. Every challenge you face carries the seed of growth. The choice is yours. Let it overwhelm you, or let it shape you into someone unbreakable. The path of resilience is not easy, but it is the path to true strength. So as you move forward, remember this: tough times are temporary, but the resilience you build during them can last a lifetime. It's not about avoiding storms. It's about learning to dance in the rain and come out stronger on the other side. Now it's your turn. I want to hear from you. How have you shown resilience in your own life? What challenges pushed you to grow in ways you didn't expect? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could inspire someone else who's going through a tough time right now. And if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more videos where we explore strategies to strengthen your mind, overcome challenges, and thrive no matter what life throws at you. Also, check out my related video on practical mental health strategies. It dives deeper into techniques you can start using today to build resilience and stay grounded during uncertainty. Remember, resilience isn't just a skill, it's a choice, and every choice you make shapes the life you're building. Let's redefine resilience together, one challenge at a time.